Is Donald Trump satanic? What I mean by satanic is a disposition or leaning towards the energetic characteristics of the planet Saturn. Saturn is the master of the material realm. Its characteristics include control, order, restrictions, and limitations. It is the ruling planet of both Aquarius and Capricorn. The glyph for Saturn is the cross of materialism over the crescent of spirituality. Its north pole possesses a bizarre hexagonal weather pattern, larger than the diameter of the Earth. It has been associated with the number 6 and a black cube for thousands of years. As all the monotheistic religions have singled out a specific planet above all the others, Judaism chose Saturn as their main planet of focus and influence. Consequently, their Sabbath or day of rest is on Saturn's day, and when they pray, they strap one black cube known as a tefillin to their forehead and one to the subordinate arm, wrapping a leather strap like Saturnian rings around the arm to the hand and around the middle Saturn finger. On June the 6th, 1966, Donald Trump's grandmother, Elizabeth Christ Trump, founder of E. Trump & Sons real estate business, died, leaving her fortune to her family. According to the New York Times, Donald Trump was a millionaire by the age of 28. This wealth, together with trust funds set up by his father, made Donald Trump a very wealthy man. With his money and background in real estate, Trump set about building the Trump Tower, a 68-story skyscraper in Midtown Manhattan. This building became the headquarters of the Trump Organization, with a design reflecting various aspects of Trump's personality. When analyzing Donald Trump's past, it appears that he has a curious interest in the number 6 and black cubes. Although the official height of the Trump Tower is 202 meters or 664 feet, it may be worth verifying this with an independent reading. Trump's personal quarters, together with his penthouse, occupies the 66th to 68th floors of the tower. On the front of the building is a set of what can only be described as black cubes, placed in rows of 6 by 6 by 6, a design expressing the occult energetic characteristics of the planet Saturn. Down the street at 666 Fifth Avenue is another building formerly owned by members of the Trump family. Jared Kushner, a Jewish-American investor and real estate developer, married Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, after her conversion to Orthodox Judaism in 2009. Jared Kushner, a personal friend with long-standing links and family ties to Benjamin Netanyahu, was given the role of senior advisor to the new president. At present, Kushner and KABR are undergoing the construction of a new $666 million tower development at One Journal Square in Jersey City. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. At Donald Trump's inauguration on the 20th of January 2016, he gave an optimistic speech to the world watching. Following his speech were representatives of various religious faiths. First up was the Rabbi Marvin Heyer, followed by Reverend Franklin Graham and Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. While the new presidency developed closer ties to Israel, it was severing ties to some of Israel's neighbors and adversaries. On the 6th of December 2017, Donald Trump announced the United States' recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and ordered the planning of the relocation of the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. On the 21st of August 2019, Donald Trump tweeted a quote describing him as the King of Israel, and that Israeli Jews love him like he is the second coming of God. According to a recent report, the Israeli private security firm called Black Cube Intelligence was reportedly hired by the Trump administration to spy on 2 Obama aides involved with the Iran nuclear deal. Black Cube investigators collected information about them, their family members, and even make of car they drove. To gain further insight into Donald Trump's personality and karmic disposition, it is worth looking at his astrological natal or birth chart. He is a sun sign Gemini. This means his focal consciousness can entertain more than one task or thought at any moment. He is therefore a multitasking individual. His moon, which represents internal emotion and the need for security, is in his 4th house of home and family. This is a person who seeks emotional security within the home and family environment. Here the sun and moon oppose one another. His focal conscious wants in the 10th house of career are opposed and in conflict with his internal emotional needs regarding his family and home environment. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, expansion, and good fortune, is in his 2nd house of personal wealth. His MC, or midheaven, falls in Taurus. The MC is an indicator of a person's career path. Taurus is the sign associated with vocal skills and possessions. The 10th house of career in Gemini contains the Sun or focal consciousness, and Uranus, the rebellious, revolutionary planet of unpredictability, out of the blue events, sometimes of a violent nature. With a career backdrop in Gemini, this individual can multitask in his career and business dealings, and capable of a duplicitous mindset. In Trump's 11th house, the house of groups, friends, and associates, together with personal goals, we see Saturn conjunct with Venus in a backdrop of the emotional sign of Cancer. This signifies a person who likes to be in control, when in groups, around friends, and with associates. He also has Mercury in this house, indicating the ability and gift to communicate in groups. With Saturn and Venus dominating this house of groups and friends, Trump will feel comfortable around the faith and ideologies associated with Judaism. The 12th house is the house of the subconscious. This is Trump's karmic disposition, his inner core an emotional, spiritual orientation. Here we see Mars and Pluto. Mars is only 3 degrees from his ascendant, considered as a conjunction where both energies are in unison. This represents first impressions, how people initially view Donald Trump. Mars is the planet of proactive movement, energy, confidence, and ego. It rules our animal instincts for aggression, anger, and survival. It is also the god of war, falling in the sign of Leo, the will. Mars sits in a powerful, fiery position. Trump also has Pluto in this house, the planet associated with transformation, death, and rebirth. Pluto has great power to change things. It is the bulldozer of the planets, with considerable energy for destruction. This overall karmic disposition has the potential of aggressive volatility. If this person is backed into a corner, all hell could break loose. Behind Donald Trump's ascendant is the constellation Regulus. This, in medieval astrology, is the kingmaker, bestowing a majestic temperament upon the native, giving them an intensely powerful personality. Together with Mars, this can present an individual who is independent, outspoken, boastful, and arrogant. While I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them, and 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a human being, and the mouth that spoke boastfully. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. In order for any control system to survive and operate the continuity of policy, regardless of those in positions of public office, a mechanism of controlled opposition must be under their wing of influence. Otherwise, a loose cannon could appear, which can blow an unexpected hole in their plans for globalization. Although Trump appears on the exterior to be a glimmer of hope for the aspirations and concerns of the aging American Republic, he could in fact be just another puppet of the establishment, positioned in office to keep the pent-up anger and frustration of millions of dissatisfied Americans from boiling over into the Second American Revolution. Using duplicitous tactics, the establishment could be using Trump to continue their globalist policies, while finding a way to keep the American population distracted. As he offers candy with his right hand, he could very well be disarming them with his left.